So this is business and social marketing I am taking because consumer behavior already we have completed one module. This still I have to complete few more topics in first module in business. This one social marketing. So these are the factors which is influencing business buying behavior. As I told you, every organization they have a buying center, and in that buying center there will be group of people from purchase department, some people production department, some people from R&D, some people from engineering, some people. So all these group of people will be working as a team in the buying center. So in the buying center, what are the factors which is influencing the buying behavior of this team? It is the individual factors of each member of that team, how their interpersonal relations they have among themselves, what is the organizational characteristic that will influence what kind of organization, what it is producing, how it functions, what is the structure of the organization, how the hierarchical levels is there in the organization. So all these are organizational characteristics which will influence business buying behavior. Then external environment is there, that is macro environment. How is the government, how is the economic condition, how is the cultural environment, how is the industrial technology. All these are the external environment. So these are the factors which is influencing business buying behavior. So take down these factors. Come. Take down this diagram. Factors influencing business buying behavior. You are also using mobile. Why late? Why late? Hmm? Taken down. You have to sign that form. Huh? Hmm? Done? Taken down? Okay. So one by one, we'll see quickly each of these factors. So environmental factors, the political environment will influence business buying, because some political parties will favor business buying, some political parties will not favor business buying. So those parties or political government which is favoring industrial buying, they will give consumption or they will give concession to industrial products. So like that, the business buying will get affected by those products which have got concession or exemption. And also, if the company has tied up with foreign supplier, they have done trade agreement with foreign supplier, then they have to give the approval from government. So in the what is the government's attitude towards business? Is the government favoring business, or is the government not favoring business? Is the present government favoring business? Is the present government favoring business? Yes, they are doing lot of things like Startup India and single window approval policies. All these are to reduce the workload of business people and to start their business quickly. So, how is the lobbying in the government? What are the tariff barriers? Barriers are some restrictions they will put on business, some restrictions they will put on the business. They cannot do any kind of business they like. Then what is the defense expenditure for defense equipment to purchase the guns and tanks and helicopters and all, how much they plan to spend. So usually government will give lot of budget for defense. Most of the countries will give lot of budget for the defense because it is protection of the country. So all these factors influence business buying. What is lobbying? What do you mean by lobbying? It is a term for business people who influence the government to take policies in their favor. So that is known as lobbying. So like for example, I read somewhere that Reliance company, since it is the largest manufacturer of petroleum and natural gas, it influences the government to fix the prices which is favorable to Reliance. So that is lobbying. So lobbying, actually it is illegal. Like I have put the diagram there. They will give some money and all to the government to make them to do policies in their favor. It is illegal, but it has become legal now because many business people, they will influence the government to take policies or to fix the prices in their favor. So that is known as lobbying. Take down, lobbying is a practice by business people where they influence the government, influence the government to take policies or fix prices in their favor. It is considered to be legal. Legal. It is actually illegal activity, but since business people are practicing regularly, it has become legal. They will lobby the government. So next we come to economic factors. Economic factors also influence business buying, like what is the price in the market, what are the wage policies, what is the availability of cash flow, what is the nature of consumer demand. All these things will influence business buying. If consumer demand is more, then naturally business buying will be more. One of the characteristics of business buying is the demand is derived. Demand is derived means it depends upon consumer demand. When there is more demand of consumer from consumer, like more demand for cars and all, so naturally manufacturing of cars will increase, selling and buying of cars will increase. So consumer demand will fix how much will be the business buying. So economic environment has a great influence on the buying and selling of industrial goods and services. Then technological advancements. You know, technology is advancing very fast, so that is also influencing the industrial products and services. So it determines what will be the quality of products, what will be the type of products, what will be the category of products which will be available in the market for industrial buyers. Then legal environment, like local environment, state environment, central government, local government, state government, central government, they put lot of restrictions. They put lot of regulations on business. It may be to encourage business or it may be to restrict the business. So there will be so many regulations for product, how the product standards should be followed. There will be so many policies for sales and marketing. So this is all to make sure that the business is doing in their business practice in the honest way, and they are not harming the customers in any way. So these kind of legal regulations are put by the local government or state government or central government, which will again affect industrial buying of products and services. Then we come to physical environment. Physical environment is where is the location of the company, what is the climatic condition in that area. That will also influence business buying. So it will determine how much time and money the company has to spend in transporting the goods, in storing the goods, so in determining the quantity of goods. So all this will be depending on the physical environment. So if it is located in a very remote area, then selecting supplier will be difficult for the company. So like that, so they will always choose local suppliers. These organizational buyers, they will always look for suppliers near to them, and because local suppliers, they will be cost effective, they will be less prices they will be charging, and transportation cost and all they can save. So always business companies, the organizational buyers, they will be looking for local suppliers only, because they are cost effective. Then ethical environment. Ethical environment means how the transactions in business buying is happening. Is it ethical or is it unethical? Yeah, unethical means between the buyer and seller, they will not trust each other. They will not have confidence in each other because it's unethical environment. So maybe the bribe will be there, or they may sell defective business products. So all these problems can come if it is unethical environment. If it's an ethical environment, then all these problems will not come. Then cultural environment. Here we are talking about the organizational culture. So each organization has its own culture. Like if you see Infosys way of working, it is not the same as Wipro, or it is not the same as Microsoft, or it is not the same as Google. So each company has its own way of working. That is the culture of the company. So what are the norms they follow? Norms means what are the type of behaviors they follow in their company? What are the customs? What are the values of that company? What are the traditions of that company? All this will make the culture of the organization. So this influences business buying. How the business buying will be, what type of business buying, and what will be the method of business buying. So cultural environment of an organization will also influence how business buying is done. Now organizational factors. Organizational factors is structure of the organization. Is it a formal structure or is it an informal structure? Informal structure means like your class group. You are an informal structure, or your friends group. They are informal structure. But formal structure means there will be hierarchical levels from lower level employee to the topmost employee. So hierarchical levels will be there. So the depending on the formal structure, the it will influence how the business goods are brought and sold, what quality, what quantity of goods are purchased and sold by the organizational buyers. And informal structure, if it is, then it is mainly on personal relationship, like small startup and all. If it's started by a small group of friends, they have personal relationship among themselves. So it's an informal structure over there. So what is the structure of the organization that will affect the business buying style? Then people. People here, it refers to the organizational buyers. Who are the organizational buyers? What is their process of buying? So like I told you, each organization has a buying center. So what is the role each member in that team is playing? How they are related to each other? How they are interacting with each other? All that will influence how the buying is done in the organization. Then what are the tasks or activities of the organization that will also affect business buying? Task and activities means what is the objective of the organization? What is the goal of the organization? So what is the purpose of buying? Why the organization is going for buying a business product? So what is the purpose of buying? What is the amount they are planning to spend? What is the material they are going to purchase? Is it a routine purchase or is it a one time purchase? What is a routine purchase in business buying? Raw materials, yes, raw materials is routine purchase or purchasing stationery. Any administrative material like Xerox paper, printer ink, yeah, office equipment, this is all routine purchase. So every month automatically when the inventory gets over, automatically they'll place the order for the next, like that. So that is routine purchase. What is one time purchase? Yes, heavy machinery, costly machinery, which is very complex, which is very costly, like purchasing factory. Yeah, advanced machinery, like purchasing factory or purchasing land for building the factory. All this is one-time purchase. So it is only for one time they will purchase and it will be used a lifelong in that company. So centralized and decentralized purchase, you know what is centralized and what is decentralized, right? You know? No? Hey, you are in third SEM. What is centralized? I have talked about this in previous semester. Centralized, huh? Branches, no. Centralized means everything is controlled by the top management. That is centralized. Everything is controlled. Like in a company, the others cannot take decisions. Only the top management will decide whether they should purchase, whether they should not purchase, what should be the price, what should be the quantity, everything. Decentralized is opposite of that. Opposite of that means the lower level employees will have the power to take the decision. They will decide where what will be the price, what will be the quantity, what will be the quality, all that. Take down. Centralized purchase means the business purchase is controlled and approved by top management alone. Decentralized purchase means lower level employees will have the decision making power to decide, decision making power to decide what should be the price, quantity, quality of the business purchase. Today's companies, do you find centralized or decentralized? Very few. Very few companies are centralized today. Very few. Yeah, only some government organizations you will find that it is centralized. It is controlled by the top management. Most of the companies today, private sector, most of the public sector also, they are decentralized today. Why they are decentralized today? What is the business environment like today? What is the business environment today? How is the business environment today? It's highly competitive. Business environment is highly competitive. So in such a highly competitive environment, lower level employee cannot waste time to get approval from top management. He has to take the decision at his level. Otherwise, some competitor will come and take the product. So the competition, because of high competition in the business environment, most of the companies are decentralized today. So they have given decision making powers to the managers and other lower level employees so that they can take the decisions at their end. They don't have to go and meet their boss and get approval from him. So that is why companies, most of the companies today are decentralized. So technological environment, like I told you, technological innovations are happening so quickly. So that influences what kind of business buying is done. So what is the method? What is the type of business product which is used? And most of the companies follow manual purchase of manual process of purchasing business product. But some companies have now shifted to online purchase. Like routine purchase, they may do it online. But other purchases, business product, other purchases like equipment, machinery, all these things, they will do it manually. Manual process is mainly followed for the business purchase. Then interpersonal factors. Like I told you, every organization has a buying center. They will do the buying. They will negotiate with the seller. They will decide the terms and conditions. So what is the relationship among those members in the buying center? That is known as power relationships. So what is the power relationship among the members in the buying center? So each member in that group buying center, they have the power to decide. They have the power to approve purchase of industrial product. So the decision making process is decided collectively. Like I told you, business buying is very different from consumer buying. Consumer buying, the individual consumer takes the decision. He may be influenced by friends, he may be influenced by family, but ultimately he alone will take the decision to buy the product. Whereas business buying is not like that. It is a collective decision. It is this team, the team which is at the buying center. They decide. They collectively decide. They will discuss. They will do negotiation and they will decide whether to go for the purchase or not. So collective buying happens in the business buying, whereas consumer buying is individual decision making. So buying center and its role. So buying center will always be there in these business organizations and they are in charge of business buying. So they will negotiate on behalf of the company. And one more thing I told you, business buying, the time lag is there between the marketing efforts and the final result. What is that time lag between? not process of manufacturing product. It is the process of purchasing the business product. There is a time lag. That means lot of time goes into purchasing of business product. Consumer product, very fast they can take the decision to purchase. But business buying is not like that, because they are complex products, they are costly products. So the buyer company will take time in deciding to buy. So that is the time lag. So from the time the sales team goes and visits the buyer and does the presentation to him, till the time the buyer finally decides to make the purchase, lot of time will go. Buyers will take months, buyers will take years to decide. So lot of negotiation, lot of research he will do, and then only he will go for purchase of business product. So time lag is there. So business buying is slow, it is very slow, it is very complex, and it takes time, not like consumer buying, which is very fast, and which is not very complex also, which is quite simple. So each person in this buying center, he will have a role to play in that negotiation, deciding the terms and conditions, deciding the prices and all. And each of these members are accountable. They are answerable for the business buying decision they are taking, and they will be making sure that after doing lot of negotiation only they will decide to buy. So that is why business buying is very slow and very complex process. Then what are the individual factors? Here individual factors is that buying center team. What is the each buying center team or each member? What is the learning he got? What motivates them to purchase? So learning means the buying center team must have purchased earlier. So when they purchased earlier, they may have made done a successful purchase. So from that experience, they will come to know, they will learn that if they do the negotiation like this, they will have a successful sale. So that is learning. That is learning. Previous experience of selling will give learning to the seller, that in the buying center team, that this is profitable transaction. So I should repeat that behavior again. Do the negotiations again. Motivation, what motivates this buying center team to purchase? It may be task related or it may be non-task related. Task related means if they have a perfect purchase situation where the supplier is supplying right price, right material, right quality, right quantity, right delivery schedule, then the buying center members will be motivated to purchase from that supplier. So task related, related to the purchase. If they are getting a good product at the good price and good quality, good quantity with good terms and conditions, then the buying center members will be motivated. What is non-task related means the buying center members will be motivated if they are getting an incentive, or if they are getting a promotion, or if they are getting some other favor from the management for this business purchase. So the management will tell them, if you do this business purchase successfully, I will give you the increment, or I will give you the promotion, or I will give you some perks. So like that. So if that is non-task. So if the member is getting some personal recognition or some chance for personal growth, then also he will be motivated to go for the business buying. Perception is what is the viewpoint of the people in that buying center group. What do they think of the business buying? Do they have a negative experience or do they have their positive experience? From their past experiences, they will form that perception that doing business purchase from this supplier was positive, or doing business purchase with this supplier was negative. So marketers should know what is the perception the companies have, buyers have towards their business product. Do they find their business product to be good? They have a positive perception. If they find the business products to be not good, that means they have a negative perception. So perception of the buying center members will also influence business buying. So marketers will always plan their marketing activities in such a way that the buying center members get a positive perception about that business product and they will go for the purchase. Then also the buying center members have a perception about how their organization is functioning. So depending on that also it will influence the business buying. So these are all the factors which is influencing business buying. Now we'll go to the buying center concept. Shall I stop here? Okay.